Hello, it's Stuart, the Unrepentant Atheist. So I've got a couple of calls this week that I'd like to include on my channel from Matt and Jimmy on the line. So the first one is, I think it's Jason calling in, and he's calling in from he's a very modern Christian, belongs to a very inclusive kind of church. They welcome gays, trans, etc. And he's phoning in to have a really nice chat with Matt. So, let's see how it goes.
For the whole show is we're going to do two theists calls, then an atheist, then two theist calls, and then an atheist. I think we're going to be able to sustain that with the way lines are lighting up here. But let's try Mark. Actually, sorry, no. Let's try Jason. Mark, we will get to you. But Jason in Pennsylvania. Jason, you are on the line.
Hello, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello.
So, Matt, I think I am the person that you're seeking in most ways.
I think that I'm the person you're seeking in most ways. I wonder what he means by that.
I'm a social worker in the Pittsburgh area.
Oh, well, there's some brownie points. He's a social worker. Well, that's bound to endear him to Matt.
Working towards clinical licensure, and I am a person of faith and also work with people, survivors of religious trauma. I still cling to my faith. I think in a lot of ways it gives me some meaning. It's most likely because I was socialized into it.
So he's making excuses there for the fact that he's a Christian. He was socialized into it. He's clinging to his beliefs because it gives him meaning.
Very fortunate that I have a church that is what I would say is radically inclusive, socially just.
Oh, well, that's really nice, isn't it? That's really nice. A Christian church which is wholly inclusive. It opens its arms to, all sorts of people like trans and lesbians and gays, non-binary people, of course. Well, couldn't be better. Let's see how the conversation goes.
Justice oriented towards LGBTQ issues, racial dynamics, immigration.
Did you notice that nod of approval from Matt? I think this is going to be such a nice call.
And which is for the most part antithetical to fundamentalist evangelical churches. But and I hope, I'll talk about this. I hope to someday be an asset to this community and to have these discussions to say to people, there's dangers to biblical literalism, and there's dangers to saying you know entirely what God is. So I just want to throw that out there. But the problem I'm having is I'm writing a book that I devoted to for 20 years of being discriminated on the basis of being part of the LGBTQ community. And
so he's also part of the LGBT community. This whole thing is set up for a very, very cozy, friendly kind of backslapping call.
I devoted this book, put a lot of work into it to say that
this is going to be one call where Matt won't get angry. I'm really sure of it.
Want to be both, if you want to either be.
Look, it's bound to be the case. Matt's in a relationship with a trans woman. Jimmy Snow is a homosexual. Okay, I know that Christians, they can't really justify their belief in God, but still, he's on board with them, isn't he? So what could possibly go wrong?
Gay, lesbian, bi, trans, and part of a Christian, or you want to be a Christian who affirms an LGBTQ person. First thing you got to do is just admit that the Bible is not factual as written. And I feel like I'm getting a lot of flack.
Is that really the case? Because whether or not the Bible's factual is separate from whether or not it is advocating for a position.
Okay, so what we're going to do, you can see where it's going. So he's introduced himself as, a very modern Christian, part of an inclusive church. He's a social worker. He works with these people. He understands them. He's one of these people himself. And, everything's hunky-dory. Everything's fine. What couldn't they like about him? Except for the fact that he's got this irrational belief in God and the God of the Bible, which probably isn't really that nice to non-binary people on the whole. So he's just saying that, well, the Bible's not really factual. We can see the excuses coming that we're going to be Christians, we're going to throw out the Bible, but we love Jesus, so that's okay. All right, so no more of that. Let's go. We're going to go to about 25 minutes in, where things start happening. So there we go. Let's go. Let's go to there.
Sorry, I'm a person. I am also part of the queer community, and I have been harmed by religion. So
that's good of him to admit. He's part of the queer community, and he admits he's been harmed by religion. Still, what is there not to like about him?
So why'd you bring up the was it queerness or homosexual acts thing?
I was just saying that I just don't think my argument within my work is saying that the concepts of sexual orientation did not exist in the ancient world. The concept of there was sexual behavior that biblical writers observed and spoke about. That was
you have been lied to, and your desire to stick with your religious views is having you accept a lie. Because whether or not, so yes, you can have sexual desires. Okay. Does the Bible say anything about sexual desires and whether or not they're sinful?
No.
Bullshit. It fucking,
oh my God.
You don't know your Bible. You don't know your Bible.
A man who lusts committed adultery in his heart. What the fuck are you talking about, Jason? Read the book you claim to believe in.
Homosexual. I was talking about sexual orientation. I'm sorry.
I didn't talk. See, that's the thing. That's the other thing is you don't listen. This is an issue of convenience for you. I didn't say anything about homosexuality. I asked if the Bible said anything about sexual desire.
Okay, I'm just admitting right now I'm having a hard time. I'd much rather watch where I can see the dialogue on camera. I'm on the thing where I'm getting a little delay here because I had both the camera and...
Now I can guarantee you at this point he's wishing he'd never called in. He thought he was going to have this nice, cozy, friendly chat about his lovely, modern, all-inclusive Christian church, and things haven't quite gone the way he'd hoped.
Phone. And ignore the show and listen to the phone. Okay. You're a Christian. You're a Christian and you're queer. What is the evidence that you have? What is the evidence that you have? No, I'm asking, what is wrong with you?
May I ask one question before we proceed with anything?
Go.
I don't feel like in this tone, can I call back another time?
Oh, of course. In this tone, he's not happy with the tone. It's getting a little bit, his feet are being held to the fire. It's getting a bit too hot for him.
No, I don't understand. I understand. And I just can't at this point right now.
I'm tired.
I'm sorry if I triggered Jimmy, can I say
oh my first? God. How dare you suggest that we're the ones that's triggered while you're getting ready to run away because you're trying to fucking tone. Shut up. Because you're trying to tone. Here's the mute. Because you're trying to tone police us. You came out, and I appreciate the fact that you would like to have a warm, fuzzy Christianity that's okay with your queerness, because then you get to hang on to what you believe. But all we did was ask questions, and what we got from you was the same old, tired, exhausting, well, it doesn't really say that about the acts, it's just about the orientation. The damage that religion has done to you to make you so absolutely fragile in the face of challenges to your religious belief and incapable of saying, I'm going to let you try and do it. Here's what I believe and why I think it's true and why I'm okay with a religion that says it's wrong, essentially, to be who and what I am. I would love those sorts of explanations. That's all we've asked for. Stop tone policing and just make your case. Okay, I'm going to mute you. I have asked you repeatedly the questions. I'm not interested.
I mean, frankly, this is the kind of thing where if he'd called Talk Heathen and he'd spoken to, is it Eric Murphy and the other guy, he could have well had that cozy, warm, fuzzy conversation. Oh, you're okay as a Christian because you accept non-binary people and you're in a really nice church, but we don't really agree with your God belief. But yeah, nice to call. Call back another time. We'll have a really nice chat. No, 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 no. He's calling, he's phoning, and he's speaking to Matt. And Matt has really dealt with him perfectly well, perfectly fairly as well.
In tone policing. I'm not interested in you comparing us to Godless Engineer and David Fitzgerald. Conversations go differently and people are differently. I want to know what you believe, why you believe it, and why you're okay identifying with a religion that has marginalized and shit on queer people forever, and for which there is no foundation within Christianity that makes it okay to be queer. That's the issues. Try again.
Again, I'm just going to call back another time.
No, you're fucking not. Goodbye.
Okay, brilliant. I love the contrast between the start of the conversation and the expectations of the caller. You know, he's called in expecting the call to go a certain way. Of course, he doesn't realize that he's talking to Matt, somebody who knows the Bible inside out, knows how homophobic and it doesn't stand for anything other than, binary sexual preferences. Binary gender. And it certainly is not queer friendly at all, no matter how you try to spin it. And if you're going to be a Christian and have that as your holy book, and you'll have to pretend that none of that exists in the book. And they've spoken to Matt. Matt's not having any of it. And I think he's done him a favor in dealing with him the way that he's dealt with him. And the reason he's run away like that, he's had to run away, he's got no choice, is because hopefully he's had his eyes fully opened and he realizes how dishonest he's being in being part of a religion that actually condemns his own sexual preference and behavior. Okay, that's all for now. I'll be back again with another video. Let me know what you think about that. Bye for now.